Amdocs is a company that's done its own transformation. I knew them years ago as a company that did billing systems. Today, they'd probably describe themselves more as a company that helps reinvent digital customer experience. And to talk about that, my guest today is Deborah Koens. She's the Regional Head of Cloud Professional Services for Americas for Amdocs. Welcome, Deborah.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Did I get the description right of Amdocs?
I think you did, yeah. Everyone's probably familiar with Amdocs as an industry leader in the services and software space in the traditional telecommunications and media. But you're right. Today, they are a global leader in transformation. Yeah.
And there's another company involved, Sourced Group. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. So actually, I'm the head of the Cloud Professional Services organization, and that came to Amdocs through acquisition and an acquisition of Sourced Group. Sourced Group was founded in 2010 in Australia to help financial services companies move to the cloud. We were an early innovator with AWS, and about 5 to 7 years ago, we moved our headquarters to Canada. When we moved to Canada, we expanded into all three of the hyperscalers. So today we work with Google and Microsoft and AWS. And
so great. Don't let me interrupt. Go on.
I was just going to say, I think like our history on focusing on cloud at scale, especially in highly regulated industries, is probably what brought us to the attention of Amdocs.
Wow. So let's talk a little bit about this. You've been doing this. What are the challenges that clients have in moving to the cloud that you've been able to help them with?
Well, I think in 2023, customers want measurable results from their cloud journey. And it's not surprising that customer experiences where we're still seeing most of clients' rapid adoption in cloud. In our practice, we see a couple of really consistent themes that really help clients benefit from cloud. And one is a focus on security. So it's tempting to approach security the way that you've always done it. It can be expensive to change. It can be overwhelming and intimidating. And it can be hard to justify that investment. And customers are very concerned about compliance, so they don't necessarily want to touch what's already working. However, if you don't make those changes and you don't adjust for security in the cloud, you don't necessarily get the benefits that you were looking for. So a lot of the conversations that we've been seeing with clients is around how do you modernize your security and how do you bring your security into the cloud so you can really get the benefits from it.
And that's going to be really important in regulated industries and some
Absolutely.
Sure. It's important everywhere. So you mentioned that was security was one. Are there other challenges?
Yes. The other one where we see a lot of discussion, and sometimes we refer to this as 2.0, but customers are taking a second look at automation. Automation was table stakes for us when we started. It was part of our journey and the themes, and we talk about cloud at scale, and automation, and especially engineering-based automation, was really part of our journey. But what we're seeing right now is effective automation has to really reflect what the users are actually doing, and not necessarily a generic approach to automation. And the real payoff is creating complex automated environments that can really save customers time and money. And, as I was thinking about this, we were thinking about some of the examples that we've had with some of our clients, like just something simple in deployments where the deployment forms that you would use to do a deployment might take 3 or 4 hours just to prepare. Not even the approval processes, just to prepare them. If you're doing that 10 times in a week in a deployment, that's hours and hours of time that you can't get back. And it's complex, sophisticated work. We've worked with a number of clients to eliminate those processes and automate them. So I think those are areas that you don't just generally think about in cloud, but personalizing the automation, getting automation that customers are actually going to use and see value in, these are really important in the cloud journey.
So if I've got it right, you're saying take advantage of the move to the cloud because there's greater potential to automate and really make yourself more of a digital company. Did I get that
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
And hopefully leads to an improvement of customer experience. I think that's one of, it's one of the sort of things we sometimes talk about it, but it's one of those really important things that all businesses have to step up to these days.
Yes. And I think one of the challenges that clients have is that's the easy piece to justify. But when you're working on all aspects of the cloud, it's really important that we show value even in the back office. And like I said, some of the things that we work on with clients, they're hard. They take time, but then you get the payoff. And when as we talked about earlier, I think the cloud journey is all about the payoff, and clients need to see that in order to make the investment.
Yeah. But if you don't get the back end right, you don't have good customer experience.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Is there a particular client story or anything that would illustrate this for people, just in terms of how you were working with them?
Yeah. So I think, we talked a little bit about, like I said, I just talked about one of the ones we see all the time where we help clients automate their deployments. I think back to the security situation, we had a client not that long ago that was trying to move their business from, again, talk about user experience. They wanted to shift their business from a generally B2C business to a B2B business. So that required a significant change for them. And it was their hyperscaler that approached us and said, the client is challenged. They have a security posture that is used to the consumer. The B2B introduces a level of complexity. However, their challenge is not only do we need to meet the level of complexity, but we need to still be able to function at the level we were doing before. We need to be as nimble as we were before with our B2C business, and it can't be astronomically expensive. So I think what we were able to accomplish for the client in that space was to build them a security posture that allowed them to take what was traditionally a B2C business to a B2B business, still allowed multi-tenancy, so we were able to keep the costs down and meet all of the compliance requirements that they needed to move into new business. And those are the kinds of things that are really personalized and specialized, and that's what historically the Source Group is known for.
Yeah. No, I don't want to make it a commercial or anything, but I am curious. So what is it about your offerings that make this type of transformation successful?
I think historically, and we have really focused on excellence in engineering. That is the Source Group. That's our passion. We have deep methodology. We believe in document, and like I said, we have a passion for excellence in engineering, and we have a passion for making people successful in the cloud. And I think that all brought together. Everyone in our organization wants our customers to be successful, and we love a good challenge. So we always say, give us your hard and crazy projects, and that's the ones we want to work on.
Yeah, as much as we have to be good at the technical, everything I keep hearing this, the success comes from great teams, passion, and understanding process, and that seems to be the message I hear consistently.
Absolutely.
So where do you go from here?
Well, as a professional services organization, our goal is really to work with the broader Amdocs. Amdocs has a broad set of cloud offerings that go beyond the professional services organization that I manage. And we want to improve overall the digital experience for our telco clients, our traditional telco clients, as well as financial services and the other industries that Amdocs plays in. We want to continue to improve that digital experience for clients. And I will say that, everyone is talking today about machine learning and how to leverage that. We've been very focused on how to leverage it in traditional IT. We've been investing in MLOps as a team. We are seeing that a lot of clients are challenged with moving these machine learning operations out of the sandbox and into production. And if you think about what we talked about before, all of the things that allow a customer to do complex processes, that's in our DNA. And so we take that combination of methodology and engineering and we bring it to machine learning. And really, I think that's going to serve us well as we move into this emerging discipline. We've recently released a new white paper, since I get a chance to have a little plug, on how to choose a machine learning platform. So we'll make that available. That's available on our Source Group and Amdocs company website, where we talk about the considerations that you need if you're going to be looking at an MLOps platform.
And I think this is exceptionally important. I know ChatGPT has been the sensation. I know everybody thinks that AI was invented, in December of last year. But the fact is, people have been working on ML solutions for big tickets and enterprise level for many, many years. And we need to educate ourselves so we understand the full range of what's available in AI. Is that putting it fairly?
Absolutely. And I think what we talk about all the time is we want to have commercial success with this. We want viable value for clients. It's one thing to say you're playing with something, and ChatGPT gives us, there's so many things you can do with that. But we have customers that have real concerns and real challenges that they need to solve today. And they want real ROI, in many cases in year. So we're working on solutions that are valuable to clients in solving real world day-to-day problems that they have.
Great. And if you give me a copy of that white paper, I'll make sure it's put on the site so people know how to get to it from this event, and they'll be able to get in touch with you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
My guest today has been Deborah Koens, and she is the Regional Head of Cloud Professional Services for the Americas for Amdocs. And thank you so much, Deborah. This has been very informative.
Thanks, Jim. I really appreciate the time.